Speak Your Mind on Gold FM, only the classic hits. I'm Louise and my guest, Karen Walsh. I see the phone ringing. Let me just see if there's someone who wants to discuss with us something. Good afternoon, Gold FM. How may I help you?
Yes, good afternoon, Louisa.
Good afternoon. Would you like
Yes,
to say something to Karen?
No, yes, I just want to thank Karen for...
Yes?
I just want to thank her first of all, I want to thank you, Louisa and Karen, for the program today.
Oh.
And, it was very inspiring, especially for domestic violence.
You are so welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. So that's really good, Karen. I mean, someone's called up and said thank you. So, I mean, that's really nice. I mean, to uplift someone's spirit.
And it's interesting because that person would be in a domestically violent relationship. There's no doubt.
Okay. So, I mean, at least that you share,
Yeah.
What can be done and what happens. But thank you very much. So shall we move on to the building self-confidence in a gender-biased world?
Absolutely. So would you like me to just make some general comments about that?
Yes, please, Karen.
Okay. So I think it's a really important point to make that we live in a gender inequality world, whichever way we look at this, Louise, and it's historical, it's political, it's cultural, it's religious, it's since the dawn of time. I was just I did a little bit of research this morning. Do you know that there's still countries, obviously, in the world where women cannot vote? And one of them is actually the Vatican City, where women are not allowed to vote. And women cannot be in executive positions, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia has only recently given women the opportunity to vote. However, in some countries like that, women, for example, if I wanted to go and buy furniture, if I wanted to go and open a bank account, I have to take my guardian with me, to a male, to enable me to open up that account. So when we talk about a gender unequal world, it's out there. When we talk about building confidence, I mean, one of the things I said in the other segment is less than 1.9% of women around the world are in international leadership positions. So less than 1.9. If you talk about building confidence, I think that very much we are disadvantaged in that way. And what I often believe is that many women, what we know from some of the research, are actually fantastic leaders. So we have compassion, we have the ability to see things, and we're different leaders to men.
Yeah.
And I think that we have the understanding of trying to see something from somebody else's perspective. So when I'm talking about building confidence at work, let's say, I think it's about, women being able to, as I said earlier, have the opportunity to think about, what do I do well? What are the things I can bring to the organization? I always love the idea of executive women mentoring younger women. So if you have a mentoring system, often you build up the confidence of younger women.
Right.
And I always recommend a mentoring thing, coaching, all those kind of things. I think giving women the opportunity to try new things, even, for example, putting them into another project, giving them the opportunity to shine. And to, even, for example, if it's on a part-time basis, give them something to run, like a new project or a new division or whatever. But the actual self-belief, the confidence has to be within her.
Yes.
So the three things generally that women face in terms of my experience over many years, number one is a lack of confidence. Number two is self-doubt. And number three, the inability to stand up for herself and be assertive.
So these three things, if a woman have these qualities, they can conquer the world.
Well, absolutely. If she has confidence and she believes in herself, even, for example, if people aren't agreeing with her, if she's fixed on something that she firmly believes in, she's got maybe some of the research to support that, she stands by that no matter what she does. The second one is, for example, in a meeting. How many meetings do I go to where women don't talk? And all the men will have their say. Then she'll say to me afterwards, oh my gosh, I wish I thought I'd said something. Right. And I say something, but I don't know, maybe I'll come across as silly. You won't come across as silly. You've got to contribute.
Yes.
So in organizations, I think we could do more. On the personal front, I think women also need to really, as I say, come back and think about, what do I do well? What is it and how do I look? Let me tell you something, Louise, you're always going to have women who are younger, prettier, uglier, fatter, thinner, richer.
Older,
exactly.
Ageism, that's when ageism comes in.
And it's all about how you feel about you. So obviously I can't give tips here in terms of as many as I need. But ladies, really think about what you do well. Read books around building self-confidence, learn the arts of communicating, and probably the most important skill for women is to learn to be assertive.
Okay.
An assertive example is when you take my car and return it empty, it's called the I statement. I feel really frustrated. Could you please not do that in future? As opposed to what many women do passive, they say nothing.
Yes.
And then they just get more and more angry as things go by.
And then it just all, all
And
inside
and
builds
then,
up. Yeah, that's so
or,
true.
then they get really aggressive. Why have you taken my car? That's not the way to do it. It's to
Okay.
say, I appreciate that you're late. What I don't get is that you brought my car late and with no petrol. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So in the future, what I would like, as opposed to you, blame, what I would like is for you to respect me and to bring my car back full, please. It's about the power of being assertive.
Yes, on Speak Your Mind. I hope you enjoyed the program. Until next week, ni samo demanda.